California will keep going the way that California is going unless we demand change.
Over the last 5 years, California has spent $24 billion with the goal of tackling homelessness. But according to the new state audit, the state fell short, as those billions were spent with little accountability and little results.
I think it's outrageous. So we've overspent money, we haven't accounted for it, and it appears we're not even trying to hit the right goal.
Both Matthew Dildine, CEO of the Fresno Rescue Mission, and Republican Senator Roger Nilo of Sacramento say the outcome of the audit didn't shock them.
And what it feels like to me is that this is like World War I trench warfare, where 1,000 people have to die in order for us to move 1 foot.
We don't track outcomes. And far too often in government, we measure what we do based upon our activity, not based upon what we get done.
According to the audit, the number of homeless people in California actually grew from 116,000 in 2015 to 181,000 in 2023. On a national scale, roughly 30% of the people experiencing homelessness in the U.S. are in California.
I'm kind of embarrassed. We have the highest homeless population, the highest percentage per capita of homeless. And again, it's growing.
I think people should be totally outraged, and here's why. Because the numbers are only moving one direction. If you think that we have a lot of homeless today, you're not going to believe what the numbers suggest that are going to look like in 5 years or 10 years. You should go down to Skid Row in Los Angeles and say, this is what Fresno will look like.
Newsom admitted there were issues with how counties and agencies were spending the money, dating back to November 2022. At the time, he paused funding on homeless programs because their plans weren't detailed enough and, quote, weren't meeting the urgency. Collectively, these plans set a goal to reduce street homelessness 2% statewide by 2024. At this pace, it would take decades to significantly curb homelessness in California. This approach is simply unacceptable, Newsom said in a statement.
What has happened is we've created a condition where we are forcing people on the street because we can't build housing. We don't put money. The state does not allocate money into shelter, which gets people off the street as fast as possible. And then we've made it as easy as possible to sell, make, and distribute and take drugs. Those things can't coexist.
Bottom line, something needs to change.
Transparency, accountability, and tracking outcomes. Those are the 3 things that I would say would be the most important takeaway from the report. Tremendous weaknesses in all areas.